What's up, Lucky Gamers? It's Lucky Lux. Today we're going to be talking about Jessica. Yes, this is going to be a Jessica guide. I know I haven't done one in a while, but here we are. Alright, so let's talk about Jessica. She is the plant DPS. She is the best DPS, especially like right now for plant. She has a perfect team that synergizes with her, which we're going to go into, and she is a poison DPS character, which is a very strong like debuff that you can apply to the enemies, honestly, because it does Genesis damage, right? So let's go ahead and get into the kit. So with Jessica's ult, she does a mass attack, deals 350% reality damage, and inflicts poison on all enemies for 2 rounds. When a round ends, takes Genesis damage, which is based off of Jessica's attack, times 30%, right? Her first skill, White Blanking, single target attack, deals 180% reality damage. If the target suffers poison, deal 40% reality damage. For each additional stack of poison afterwards, deals 20% more reality damage, up to a maximum of 40%. And as you level this up, the bonuses that you get for having poison goes up as well. So you do want to try to level up her incantations to get a huge bonus of damage, and you also want to keep up with those poison stacks as well. All right, and then we have Good Friends. Good Friends is going to be her mass attack. It's going to attack 2 enemies, and as long as they have a stats down, negative status, control status, any type of debuff, they're going to take at level 1 30% more damage, and level 3 is going to go up to 75% extra damage. So she is a character that you want to have major poisons or debuffs on the enemies. Let's go ahead and look at these insights, right? And I am kind of going through this because I want to discuss more about the characters versus go through the skills, right? Insight 1, when attacking an enemy inflicted with poison, damage dealt increased by 20%. Straight up extra 20% just off the bat for them having poison. Huge. At the start of the battle and once every 3 rounds, 1, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, right? After the battle begins, inflicts poison on all enemies for 2 rounds, inflicting damage equal to 30% of the caster's attack. And then you have Insight 2, damage dealt, and Insight 3, if you attack an enemy that doesn't have poison, inflict poison for 2 rounds, inflicting Genesis equal to 30% of Jessica's attack at the end of each round, right? And then when it comes to portraits, now personally, right, I was gonna go like, you know, all the way on Jessica, but looking at her portraits mainly like increase, like, you know, ult damage here. This is for extending the poisons. This is incantation damage. Like the 3 and the 4 help out incantation damage, but like helping out the ult is a little weak to me. Like if White Blanky would have been like P1, I would probably say go P1 because White Blanky hits really hard, but the ult isn't really for damage. The ult is like just there to, like, you know, to sprinkle some poison around. The incantations is what really hits hard with Jessica. So with the portraits, I really don't say like a recommended. A lot of people say P2, but honestly the character is perfectly fine at P0, guys, regardless of what people say. When it comes to res builds, I do have the res builds here in the Discord. Go ahead and pull that up. All right, make sure you guys are in Discord. The Discord is lit. I'm not saying I have the best, you know, unofficial Discord, but bro, we got info in here. So if you want to look up the resonance for the character, just go ahead and find Jessica, which in CN they call her Changeling, and then you can match it to whatever you have. Right now I have the attack build. When you get to res 10, you can do like, you know, a little different builds. I will say personally that I prefer the attack build. Crit hit is nice, but I like to maximize in the poisons for the character, so that's what I went for, because I want that poison damage to do a lot. I want to get as much Genesis damage as I can passively. That's just me, right? Like if I'm using Jessica, I want to actually use her for poison. I don't want to try to just build another crit character, right? I'm not saying that it's wrong or bad or anything like that, but that's just me, right? Leveling up the res is important though, because like as she isn't you know, if you're not building her for a crit character, you want to have as much attack in her as possible. So leveling is going to be important. You know, Insight, Resonate, Psychube, all of that stuff helps out in raising her attack, right? And when it comes to Psychubes, there are a couple of options, right? And hear me out. Blasphemer Knight, a lot of people are going to tell you that is the best, but there is an asterisk next to that. You can only really depend on it if you can keep up negative statuses, meaning you can keep up a consistent amount of poison to get the bonus of this Psychube, right? If you do not have Sotheby, then this is not your best in slot for your Jessica. Just simple as that. Nothing else really to say. After that, you can go with different options. You can go with Hopscotch to help out the incantation damage. And then as she's taking out units, you can get a little extra ult might. But again, the incantation might's going to be really strong for her. If you're wanting to add a little bit of sustain, not sure why, but you know, for the stat stick, if you just don't have any of these, you can use his Bound and Duty to get the damage bonus and also get some extra attack as well, right? And then, you know, some sustain. There's Brave New World if you're wanting to focus on the ult, right? Ult spam and then go into the incantation bonus if you want to. But honestly, Hopscotch is just pretty easy and simple. Even if you can't get the amplification here for the ult might, the incantation might is just really good, right? But, you know, of course, Lugs can't work with it. Thunderous isn't going to work, right? And then you're not wanting to use her second life at all. Even though it has attack percent, you don't want to use it. But yeah, so let's go ahead and... I do want to talk about the character first. So, like, what's really great about Jessica, guys, being that we were up early looking at the 1.6, there's not another plant character that's coming until possibly 1.7. So Jessica is a great plant character to go with, being that she's long-standing. And the poison team does really well, especially in neutral damage settings, right? So you've heard me talk about a lot of times to where, like, if you can't get the Inflict bonus, just like have a really solid team. The plant team is a really, really nice synergized team if you don't have a Inflict bonus, because the poison adds in extra damage. A lot of people think the poison damage might be, like, you know, not negligible, but like it's actually really good. So what I'm saying is that Jessica, regardless if you have Sotheby, regardless of whatever, like, she's a long-standing character, has not been dethroned or anything like that. So if you're still thinking about summoning her, I will say that she's a great option for you. There's no discussion in it. You know, if you want to use Ann and Lee and Bakure and Bloom instead, that's fine. But like, Jessica literally works with all of those characters. That's the thing. Like, all of her plant characters she works with. So plant is just a really, really solid element right now. Like, Jessica can go with Sotheby, Jessica can go with Druvis to add the extra damage heal. Even though the Petrify and stuff don't go together, they could still work together, right? Jessica can work with Bakure and Bloom. Jessica can work with Ann and Lee, like, you know, so like Jessica can work with where is he? Diggers. I don't even think I have Diggers. Oh, wow. So like, there's just a lot of people that she can work with, which is just really solid, right? Let's go ahead and go into this stage. You know how we do. I think I usually do like one of these stages. Actually, we're gonna do this since I need to do it anyway. All right, so let's talk teams for Jessica, right? So obviously Sotheby's gonna be the pick, right, for the teammate that goes with her. Jessica, so the team Jessica, Bakure and Bloom, like, so they'll be like, this is the 3-man team that you're gonna see more times than not when you're talking about this comp. And then for a 4th unit, right, it's probably gonna be either Druvis or Ann and Lee. A lot of people like throwing in Druvis for the extra heal. Yes, I know someone's gonna tell me, but Druvis can't work with the Petrify. The Insight 3 is really good to add in some extra sustain, to where now you're only focusing on debuffing with Sotheby. You're not having to worry about healing as much, right? Because everyone's able to heal themselves. Like, Sotheby is just focusing on adding in just extra damage. So that's why the Druvis is not a bad option. If you're not really worried about sustain, then you can go straight up with Ann and Lee for your 4-man comp and do this, which is good because they all, in a way, can benefit from each other. Bakure and Bloom can help out with the damage dealt. The buff that she gives helps everybody with staying alive, right? And then just putting out extra damage. Like, from there, like, you know, some people probably want to say, like, oh, well, I'll just do a crit team and do Tooth Fairy. Like, I wouldn't personally do that, because like I mean, I love Tooth Fairy, but like I want Tooth Fairy to like be in her own content. I'd rather just like kind of just buff up the damage because there's no reason to use Tooth Fairy to help out and crit, right? But you know, that's just me. Now, let's say in the weird case that you don't, not weird case, let's say in the unfortunate case that you don't have Sotheby, right? If you got Picor and Bloom, then your healer will be Tooth Fairy, or your healer would be somebody like Balloon Party or whoever, right? Jessica and Picor and Bloom are still a really, really good pairing together. You would just skew your Jessica a little bit more to the crit side to help out in that damage because you can't get the poison, right? Especially if you're running with Tooth Fairy. Let's say you have Jessica and Tooth Fairy and you're like, who am I going to use? Then for your middle spot, you can use Ann and Lee, you can use Sonetto, anybody. Like Jessica's a really good character that even without the poisons, she, you know, is able to function. But let's go ahead and show this team, and then we're just going to throw Juvis in the fourth. And Juvis off field, her passive does not work, by the way, because somebody asked me. So let's talk about the poisons and how they actually like apply, right? So you see here that the enemies have poison on them. They have a stack of poison. This is one stack, because I know a lot of people are confused about this. Even I was confused about this for a point in time. But this is one stack of poison and it has 2 rounds. So you now, to get the bonus damage on Jessica, you have to apply another poison to get the Blasphemer to proc, right? So we're going to go ahead and open up the debuff. We're going to throw this out, and then we're going to merge this card.
It seems to be mixed up. It should be fine, right?
So now we have 2 stacks of poison on the enemy, right? And so, oh wow, this is gonna hit really hard. I didn't think I was gonna get this early. So now we're gonna hit enemy right here. We should blow this enemy up back here. Go ahead and merge this. Yeah, that's 14k with no crit, right? That's really good. And we still have 2 stacks of poison. So let's go ahead and we're just gonna merge this to Picor and Bloom. And we'll do, I can just do this just in case PK can do it, yeah. And we were still missing on the bonus damage because we didn't have like the full stack. So let's go ahead and on the boss, we're gonna hit the debuff. We're gonna hit another debuff, and then we're gonna ult to help apply more poison.
Don't be so serious. I tried out the ingredients this time.
And this is the 4th round, so the next round,
I have prepared it all.
No, it's every 3 rounds. It's gonna be around 6. Alright, so we have 2 stacks on everybody.
Hey, I'm the support staff.
Alright, let's show off the mass attack, right? So we should be able to take out one of these enemies because they have a negative. So these characters, anybody who has a debuff, this gets bonus damage, right? And then we will just do the single target, right? Let's go ahead and try to nuke something.
You're right. Be serious. Stay focused. No.
See, there we go. 7.2. Again, this is non-crit damage. It's really nice. And it's more or less like consistent with the character, which is what I kind of prefer, right? I prefer to have a character that's like more or less consistent. You know exactly how they're gonna hit. So you're not having to worry about crit.
It seems to be mixed up.
As long as you keep up the debuff,
It should be fine, right?
she's putting out damage. So, and then now we're just
like in the training. You're right. Be serious. Stay focused. Oh, don't worry. I have prepared it all. I have prepared it all.
Alright, so character puts out a lot of damage. Passively, you even get some with the poison on Sotheby. This is P0, not even R10 yet. She's not exactly in her final form for me. I need to level her
I'm
more.
so glad we
But
meet
again, the
again.
character's really strong.
When you were gone,
Very long-lasting
I
character.
collected every hair of yours
When it
and
comes
put them in
to
that drawer.
plant content. So we will be having some limbos, and you know, you already have Utu and stuff that are dedicated to the character. So I hope you guys are enjoying her. I haven't been able to get her on CN, but I'm glad I do have her on global. And I'm glad that she lasts a long time. For those of you who are worried about like future proof and stuff like that, there's literally no discussion on like Jessica, like whether she's good or bad. It's like, bro, just grab her because she's gonna last for literally the next 6 months in the game. The character's actually 8 months from what it looks like. She's gonna be here for the next 8 months, so that's a very long time to have the character, and she's really good in that spot. And as new characters and new things come out, she'll just get better, especially with the new character that's coming out in CN that helps out reality damage. But anyways, guys, if you have any comments, let me know what y'all think about Jessica. Let me know how great Jessica is as an addition to your team. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and please make sure to sub up to the channel. We're getting close to 5K, so that's really exciting. You never know, I might do a big giveaway for hitting 5K subs, so just make sure to sub up. And then also make sure to click the bell so you know when we go live. I know I did a really early one today, but it's fine. It's for the 1.6 live stream. But join the live streams, bro. We talk about a lot. We have some really good discussions. You could learn something, ask me questions. If you still want to do account reviews, let me know, because I know I haven't done them in a while. So, but anyways, guys, I'm out. Y'all have a good one.